Out of cash, but I'm richer than a mother. I've been down, but I'm finally out the gutter. Got a crew, yeah, we rock it like no other. Yes, I'm proud of my sisters and my brothers. Strangers now, gonna be the best of friends. Celebrate like the story never ends. World aside when we're stepping on the scene. World a night like we're living in a dream. Oh, so young and free. We got the keys to the whole city. Oh, so young and free. We got a good thing, you and me. Oh, so young and free. We got the keys to the whole city. Oh, so young and free. We got a good thing, you and me.
When I wake in the morning, I see it so clearly. It's no competition. It's just on with the vision. We giving incisions. We feeling amazing. It ain't never gonna stop when we take to the top. We feeling amazing, feeling amazing, feeling amazing. Now back to the basics. We just keep it moving, ain't leaving no traces. Now look at their faces. Ain't no stopping us now, we controlling with aces. Now tie up your laces. Ain't no tripping, we living this, giving the chase this. Now turn up the faces. We keep living this grizzly, we got it to face this. Feeling amazing. Take to the top and we never gon' stop it. Feeling amazing. Take to the top and we making a profit. Feeling amazing. We just living our life and we keep it above. Feeling amazing. We ain't never gon' stop and we living it up. I'm going through changes, living so dangerous. They saying he famous. I keep telling myself I'm the best with the aim. It's saying it's criminal, they do the minimal. I'm just a general, keep it subliminal. Break them the minerals, keeping it cynical. Keeping it moving in the speed of pinnacle. Feeling amazing. Take to the top and we never gon' stop it. Feeling amazing. Take to the top and we making a profit. Feeling amazing. We just living our life and we keep it above. Feeling amazing. We ain't never gon' stop and we living it up. Feeling amazing, raising the temperature, counting your days. 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 Feeling amazing, take to the top and we never gon' stop it. Feeling amazing, take to the top and we making a profit. Feeling amazing, we just living our life and we keep it above. Feeling amazing, we ain't never gon' stop and we living it up. Ain't no competition, dog, we the livest. Never gonna fade us, in the end we survive this. Trials, tribulations, but it only make us stronger. Never gonna stop and bring the heaters like a sauna. Gotta take it to the highest heights, deeper depths. Gotta move it right to left, but we always move in step. Gotta be the champions, dog, never losing. Get it, I got it, deliver to go. Never gonna stop it, I take it a blow. What I get to it, they never can know. What I get to it, I'm back at it all. My time like a python, I'm an icon, I got this. Never gonna stop and we take it to the top. Put your money where your mouth is. I got change, I could do it like a house bid. Now let's bang, put your money where your mouth is. I got change, I could do it like a house bid. Now let's bang, put your money where your mouth is. I got change, I could do it like a house bid. Now let's bang, put your money where your mouth is. I got change, I could do it like a house bid. Now let's bang. I got change. Now let's bang. I got change. Now let's bang.
Winter time is like summertime, we gon' ride tonight, we gon' feel alright.
Put your money where your mouth is. I got change, I could do it like a house bid. Now let's bang, put your money where your mouth is. I got change, I could do it like a house bid. Now let's bang, put your money where your mouth is. I got change, I could do it like a house bid. Now let's bang, put your money where your mouth is. I got change, I could do it like a house bid. Now let's bang.
Into the dark, into the dark, darkness creeping over, I don't see a world beyond. Calling to the distance, only silence to respond. Peace is not a virtue, it's a sign of what was lost. Play until the end, but every battle has a cost. Into the dark, hiding in the shadows from the truth of who you are. Into the dark, facing inner demons with the fire in your heart. Into the dark, time to see the light. When the lost they shall be found. Time to see the righteous take the road. Forever walking into the darkness. Into the dark, facing inner demons with a fire in your heart. Into the dark.
Can we talk about it for a while? Before we take a chance and do this, before we looking back as foolish. Can we talk about it for a while? Can we talk about it for a while? Before we take a chance and do this, before we looking back as foolish. Can we talk
Riyadh, a city steeped in Arabian history, has had the honour this week of hosting the biggest eFootball event the world has ever seen. Mobile players from 16 nations have come together here in Saudi Arabia to compete for the FIFAe World title. And today, that title is on the line. Seen so far across the last 3 days as we congratulate our two finalists, Malaysia and Morocco. Well, hello then, and welcome to the studio. What a 3 days we have had. We've had it all. We've had goals galore, heartbreak, extra time, penalties, and a revolving door of brilliant talent up here in the studio. Cole, Chris Dunn, and a man who has done it all in eFootball, Alex Al-Ghathil, join me here in the studio for this historic day. Welcome, you three, and don't you look nice?
Thank you, Rach.
Yesterday, Alex, at breakfast, and this was only the knockouts, this was a quarters and semis, you said, I'm really nervous, I feel like I'm a player again. Obviously, you won one of these titles back in 2018, the first of its, I guess, world titles in eFootball. Does it bring back those memories today, and how nervous are you?
I mean, exactly. The feeling that the players will have right there at the stage, that those emotions, those nerves will come up. I mean, it's so beautiful to feel those things. At the same time, what a milestone is for the community. It's such a big event that we have in here in Riyadh. That's the best. I think everyone is engaged with this competition, social media, everybody talking, who's going to win this time, Malaysia or Morocco? And then, you know, that's so good to see.
Yeah, exactly. Chris, just tell me, when you're looking behind and he walked in today, how did you feel coming here on this big occasion?
I felt very, very good about it, to be honest. We've had such great competition all the way through, and I'm really looking forward to see the conclusion. Two major competitors who have looked the best all the way through, deserved finalists. Excited to see them play.
Cole, you've already been here and done it in Rocket League last week. You're spoiled, you get to do it again. But for these mobile players, just talk to us about the enormity of this occasion.
Well, I can tell you already, things feel different out there right now. Previously, everybody's been in their own little booth, surrounded by their team, surrounded by their family. Now they are surrounded by fans. And I say fans, fans of the game, maybe not a fan of your team. You have to deal with that. It's all different. It's the grand finals. It's a big event.
It is indeed. We're going to have so many incredible plays today, as we have had for the last 3 days. Well, let's just recap, though, on the top 3 plays of the day from yesterday here at the Knockouts.
But Pujare plays it away. There's a breakthrough ball here. It's the man, Manveer Singh. Manveer Singh, stunning strike, stunning goal by India. Manveer Singh has finally arrived on Knockouts Day here at the FIFAe World Cup.
Fakiri over towards that far side. What can Malaysia do in response? Nice turn! Oh, back of the net!
And look at the end.
Yeah, take a look at this from Morocco. Lovely, lovely, lovely.
Oh, Chris Dunn gave it to Morocco. Maybe that's the sense of bias that who he thinks might win a little bit later on. I think for me, Malaysia, India, that semi-final yesterday was one that really got me going. Just how good India were, but unfortunately couldn't get the job done, Cole.
Yeah, I mean, we fell in love with India and Daniel and his dad, of course, as well, but Malaysia, take nothing away from them. It was such a battle that he had. He was behind in games. There was comebacks against him. He lost a penalty shootout. Still, he came forward and got that win. And you could tell from the Malaysian fans that are here and for the Malaysian people who are part of that squad, everything that it meant.
Yeah, even a semi-finalist in terms of Daniel for India has made headlines. The Indian Football Association have actually already written a massive article about him from yesterday, so it's great to see them, I guess, coming forward and really acknowledging what he achieved yesterday, albeit not making it to today's grand final. Okay, well, we've been talking about our axe players of the day. If you can't win the big thing today, well, second best is being voted one of our Axe Player of the Day. Let's see who it was from day 3. Drum roll, that was a bit intense, wasn't it? Who is it? Mbappe, well, one of our finalists, of course, today from Malaysia. And he has been a class apart, Alex, doesn't he? As we get a round of applause on the floor as well from some of our Malaysian fans here.
I mean, a wonderful play from Mbappe that show us why he was so solid from group stage, topping his group into the quarterfinals, semi, and right now today into the final. He's a superb player. He has many resources, probably one of the most overall in this competition, but mostly the sharpness he's had in every single action. That's brutal.
Living up to his namesake, isn't he, boys?
Well, it's not, maybe not so much at the
Slightly
minute.
better form at the moment, yeah. He's still part of the team at the moment. I think it's the big difference.
No, he's doing well.
Exactly. Well, Mbappe is one of our grand finalists. Tienes as well. And let's remind ourselves of exactly what's at stake in terms of money they could win today. There's a massive prize pool, $100,000, and it's split up as follows. Our winner gets $20,000 US. It's massive, it's life-changing for anyone who takes that home today, and then $15,000 for the runner-up. And yes, our semi-finalists took home 10 as well, which was just great for those individuals, Cole, wasn't it?
I mean, these players are already superstars in their home countries, and getting this money will allow them to really hone their craft, be it creating content, making videos, doing streams, but just pouring more time into the passion that they have, as well as the fact they've earned some money and they can spend it on whatever they want outside of eFootball, and good for them as well.
And let's not forget that Christmas is coming up as well, so it might be handy to buy other people Christmas presents too, maybe. I haven't done my Christmas shopping yet,
No, not me.
guys.
It's going to be a rush.
No, none of us. Okay, well, we're going to get told off if we don't do it after this show. Okay, well, the prize money is nice, of course, but I think a trophy looks nice at home on your mantelpiece as well. And I know the FIFAe World Cup one looks pretty special.
Bringing the action anywhere, anytime.
With adrenaline pumping and heartbeats racing, it all begins in the palm of your hands.
In a world that's always connected.
The competition never stops, and champions can arise from any nation.
So remember, your nation is watching, the world is watching.
Is this your time? Are you ready to cement your legacy?
Once again, ruthless finishing. A stunning strike there. Massive, massive goal.
That is surely one of the goals of the day.
People say it's just a game. Is carrying the hopes and dreams of your people just a game? Is it just a game when every move, every moment counts? When every shot, every miss, every goal is celebrated by millions of people, is this really just a game? We are not here to play around. This is for the dreams we chased, the tears we shed, the home we represent and carry in our hearts. It's more than a game. It's us, our nation, our moment.
I'm very proud of myself. I also want to make my family and my country proud with me.
I'm so excited. I need to stay calm, but I'm sure I'm going to win.
Inshallah, I will play a good game and make a new history for Malaysia.
I was fighting from the first day. I want to be the champion from the first day here.
Alhamdulillah, all goes well, and inshallah, I will become a champion.
We need to bring the trophy to Morocco. Let's be the champions together.
This is not a game.
This is my journey.
This is my time to shine.
This is for Morocco.
This is for Malaysia. This is my trophy.
Welcome to the FIFAe World Cup 2024. We're your hosts, Milos and Veracity, and it's finals time.
You know what, Milos? I'm super excited to get the show underway. So without further ado, give it up for our first team, Malaysia! After a nail-biter of a tournament thus far, leading the charge from Group B, a semi-finals yesterday that had us on the edge of our seats. And with a fleet of supporters behind you, Mbappe, this is your time to shine. Can you repeat history? Come out on top and make Malaysia proud.
And their opponents, Team Morocco! Rising from the highly contested Group B, the question we asked yesterday was how deep will this run be? And after knocking out Korea Republic and Thailand, well, Anas, it's clear that the sun refuses to set on the Maghreb.
The FIFAe World Cup is all about celebrating these wonderful nations. So if you may, please rise for the national anthem of Malaysia.
And also, please rise if you're able to for the national anthem of Morocco.
gentlemen, please make your way to the center of the stage. Handshake one another. Good luck and have fun. My darling desk, history is about to be made.
Thank you so much, Veracity and Milos there. Wow, what a moment. If they weren't nervous already, I'm sure standing up there in front of everyone made them even more nervous. But maybe hearing their national anthems just got them, like here we see now, in a moment of zen and calm before they get to start.
I don't feel very zen and calm, so I mean, look, I think when you're on that stage, that pride, that following, that country behind you, it has to motivate them to try and find the win in this grand final. But yeah, what a moment for both of those players.
I mean, they're both being talked about already. I mentioned it about India earlier. A lot of the federations are backing them online, and you know, for Morocco, it's a chance to make some history. We saw what the team did at the World Cup, the semi-finalists, and I know their motivation was to go a step further. And for Malaysia, the national football team won last night as well, on the way to qualify to the World Cup in 2026. So maybe that's an extra source of motivation, Cole, as well.
Positivity breeds positivity, and we're seeing now from both these teams that they are trying to impact as much confidence in each other and in themselves as they possibly can.
I always like to let those pictures breathe a little bit. It's a nice moment for the team, because it is about a team. I know these mobile players here are playing individually, but we saw yesterday it's so much more than the individual player who's holding that mobile. The team around them, they're giving them some final words of encouragement. What do you hope they're telling their team members right now, Alex?
I mean, it's really important to have the back those guys, because mentally in game they can really have you in an impact in your tactics, in your point of view. I mean, at the end, it's mobile football. It's the same gameplay, so those stats, those details make the difference. And what a moment, Rachel. It's time to achieve the glory from one of these two players that I'm sure today will remain forever on their minds.
Alex, I'd like you to take everyone back to 2018 when you were in this position. You weren't on your own, you had two other teammates with you. What were the 10 minutes, as we have now, just before you went into battle? What did they feel like? What did they look like?
I mean, I was one of those players that love to visualize what I'm going to do and to put it into the game, just to have it in mind, replay in my mind those actions, those movements, just to visualize what I have to do in every single action. It helped me a lot to, you know, to not to be thinking in the action moment, in the cameras and the lights and the people at home, because, you know, right now, those moments before the start are the most difficult to take off right now.
But with a world title on the line, how do you calm those nerves?
I mean, I've never fought for one personally, so I think it's hard to put yourself into that situation. How do you calm the nerves? That's something they're going to have to ask themselves. Breathing techniques, talking to your friend, talking about anything else, or maybe talking about the game helps you as well. You can go in one or two ways with that.
Or buying into them as well. You hear singers who've been in the business for 50 years, world famous, they say if you're not feeling nervous before going out on stage, you should quit there and then. I've got no doubt that these players, I mean, we're going to find out their heart rates are surely elevated. They will be feeling every bit as nervous as what we can sense in this room, but you have to utilize that. You have to let it guide you in your gameplay. And I think for Malaysia and Morocco as well, they're such aggressive players, as we've seen throughout so many goals they've scored. They have to keep to that style. They cannot just try and hold out for a 0-0 for as long as possible, because it will not work.
Well, they've all played 9 rounds of fixtures to get here. So let's just remind you of how they find themselves at this grand final. Well, this, of course, is only the knockouts, but we had the group stages across 2 days. That was Monday and Tuesday. But let's work back on Morocco first then. Well, they knocked out the Korea Republic in the quarterfinals, and then it was Thailand they took down in those semis to face Malaysia. The Malaysia took down Japan. India, we've mentioned that, to find themselves in the semis. Cole, would you just talk us through a little bit more about their run to get here?
Yeah, for sure. I feel like this final against Malaysia is going to be a different proposition for Morocco than what they faced in Thailand, who are a more defensive team. Malaysia are going to come at them. Morocco are going to have to be solid at the start. But I mean, it's the other semi-final for me that was just such an incredible one. The Malaysia 2-1 against India, where Malaysia lost a penalty shootout in game 2. They were 2-0 up in game 3, ended up going back to 2-2. And then, Chris, the 90th minute winner that they scored. One of the moments of this tournament?
100%, but I think as well for the side of Morocco, they maybe just had a little bit of an easier time in the knockouts than Malaysia, really having to battle through, especially that game against India was intense. But I think for Morocco, you know, you breezed through both your games 2-0. What would you rather have had, that hard-fought semi-final win to get here, or an easy breezy day?
Alex, should we go back to the groups? Because they're in the same group, Group B as well. So we can obviously say now Group B was maybe the group of death. And Malaysia, well, they were first and undefeated in that one. But obviously that meant they had to face up against each other, didn't it?
Yeah, and that's a really important fact, because that game, that time, it went for Malaysia 2-1. It wasn't a really even match. But at the end, you know, those details having a great factor right now into the grand final, because they know each other really well. But today's a different story. They are completely focused attention the whole world, but in a best-of-3 format, which means they have way more time to predict what their opponent is going to do, activate your plan B, C. You know, we see in the camera, they have the whole team surrounding them to give those inputs at the last moment to keep them calm and see what they are not seeing playing the game. So we'll see. Really, really important match, the first one for sure.
I'd also add as well that in the matchup that they had in the group stage, it was yet another example of Malaysia going behind and still ending up winning. So if you're watching this one and you're a Malaysian fan or you're a Moroccan fan, you cannot relax if Morocco go 1-0 up. Malaysia, the comeback king, really, in Mbappe, which is just so impressive to keep doing it over and over again. But I do feel that snowballs. You know, you start to believe, even if you go behind, you rally and come back stronger, and you know that it's going to happen.
Well, the Malaysian side are called the Malayan Tigers in terms of the national football team, and Alex actually got to catch up with Mbappe yesterday.
Well, we are here with one of our finalists, Mbappe, representing Malaysia. Final day, but most importantly, how do you feel?
I feel good, and I'm also excited and confident to play the final match today.
We saw you on group stage. You face Morocco, you face Tienes. That time you won. Do you think you know how to beat Tienes again?
I met him before at group stage, but for final, these two countries also for sure want to win the final. So basically, I will beat him again in the final.
Oh, great confidence we see. And you know, for wrap it up, your country, your nation, your community are rooting for you. Any message you wanna send to them?
Untuk semua rakyat Malaysia, saya harap semua boleh dapat doakan saya untuk hari ini, untuk final match, untuk angkat piala untuk Malaysia buat kali pertama. InsyaAllah saya akan buat yang terbaik untuk banggakan Malaysia. Terima kasih. Minta semua doakan saya. Yes.
Terima kasih everyone there in Malaysia. See you final day, World Cup, FIFAe here in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia.
I love his confidence. He's going to beat him again in the grand final today. I'm always interested in what they're actually like when you're not interviewing them. Did they give anything away outside of that interview to you? You know, that's when you get more of these players, not when the camera's put straight in front of them. Did he say anything else off camera to you, Alex, of note?
I saw him really, really confident. It's like, you know what? I don't know how, but I will beat my opponent in the grand final. That's the confidence that you should have right now at this moment, because you know what is matters to win the game. Doesn't matter if a penalty in the penalty shootout and the extra time. A win is a win, and it's the right moment to do it.
Yeah, he is one of the most confident, and rightly so. We've, I guess, put Malaysia as the one to watch from the beginning of this tournament. And I think the national team and all the people at home as well believe they can be champions today. They've brought a contingent here to Riyadh, and I know some of the fans have got some messages of well wishes to Mbappe.
Hello, I'm Mbappe. Here is Paulo Josué from national team, speaking from Thailand. I want to say congratulations to you to going through the final in the FIFAe World Cup Mobile. You make us proud, and I wish you all the best on the final, and we support you from back home. And I hope you get the trophy soon. And let's go. We are supporting you, Mbappe. Let's go, Malaysia.
Oh, it's nice to listen to that, isn't it? When you're down there and when you feel like you may be on your own now, and you just can take something from those words of encouragement from people that have probably supported you throughout your entire careers. Maybe that helps to settle the nerves a little bit. Well, we've spoken a bit about Malaysia. Let's now focus our attention on the Atlas Lions and Tienes. Alex also caught up with him.
Hello, everybody. Look who we are. Anas Musa, Enten Tienes from Morocco, and about to start in a few moments the grand final. But first of all, how do you feel what it is to be in a grand final?
Oh, so I'm feeling, I can't say anything because the final of World Cup, of course, I'm proud of myself. And the first time for Morocco in the final. It's amazing, yeah.
Sound here, really. And now getting into the final, facing Mbappe, you have faced him before the group stage. That game, it went for him. What do you think? You have tried something else. You have been analyzing that game. You think you know how to beat Mbappe in the final?
Yeah, I know Mbappe is a good player from Malaysia. I know him before. And the game in group stage was, I was very unlucky because I was like face to face in the goalkeeper and I can't score. I don't know.
Well, you know, at the end, lucky. 3 games, different story today. But tell me more about what it means to you, to your family, to your community, your country to be the grand final. Any message you want to send to them? It's your time.
Morocco.
Yes.
باغي نوجه الشكر للعائله ديالي، الوالد الوالده والخوت، كلشي الدراري شارع وزان، الزعقه، الحسيمه، كلشي كنشكركم، ان شاء الله السيبور ضروري ان شاء الله. هادشي اللي كاين وشجعونا، اللقب يرجع ان شاء الله لعندنا ونحتفلوا به كلشي.
As we see, big day ahead for this young man with a goal to leave the trophy and become world champion later on today. See you, grand final, Anas Musa, Mbappe.
Well, I know what a proud footballing nation Morocco are. I actually had the honour of going to the World Cup in Qatar, and when they knocked out the likes of Portugal, Spain, Belgium, I mean, the scenes there were ridiculous. So if we can see Tienes do anything like we saw there, I know the crowds at home are going to be supporting him all the way. Let's just talk a little bit more about the individual players, and maybe both of you, you've commentated on them, what we've seen them do and act like the last couple of days. Cole or Alex, I'll start with you. Tienes, what kind of character is he and what will we see him show out there?
He's confident as a person, as a player as well. All of his gameplay is based on the attack, on having the control of the game, to dominate the game. The good thing for him and the good thing for Mbappe, they both are focused on the same kind of game style. So we hope a lot of goals, a lot of drama. So we'll see who will be the best in front of the keeper, who will be approaching as best their chances. That will be the key. And mostly, who win the first game, it will have a great advantage in the series.
Cole, who's been the most entertaining to commentate out of the two sides?
I think Mbappe, to be honest, the gameplay that he's had. But what I would say is that the interviews there, I loved it from Tienes. I don't know what he said at the end.
No.
There. I'm not Milos, I don't speak 17 languages. But you always get a sense of these players' true personality when they can speak in their own language, and it takes away that barrier. And you got the impression that Tienes is just fun-loving, enjoying himself being here. I'd say Mbappe seemed a lot more serious, you know, when he was addressing the Malaysian people. Both of them absolutely viable. But yeah, I think on the pitch, for me, it's Mbappe so far, but the finals can change that, of course.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a completely different game. The last, I'm going to say it's only been about 12, 14 hours since we last saw them play. Have they had a chance to do anything in that time in terms of changing how they play, if they should or shouldn't, Chris?
I don't think they should. Both of them made it to this final on their own merit. I think, you know, they both would have went over the game that they played up against each other in the group stage. And I kind of agree with Tienes there. You look at the shots, 6-5 in favor of Malaysia, but the shots on target were not quite there. So he'll maybe be brushing up on something there, making sure those chances are the 100% chances. He had the most possession in that game, did not make it count. He'll be making sure he makes that mistake not this time.
On paper, possibly, it looks like Malaysia have the advantage. Obviously, they're undefeated in the groups and they played against each other, and Malaysia won that matchup. In terms of predictions, Cole, I'm putting you on the spot for the final time for Mobile. Where are you going?
It's got to be 3 games. We've seen from Malaysia that even when they win it, they do it with utmost drama. I'm going to go Malaysia in 3, but let's have a penalty shootout. Why not? We've had enough of them.
Morocco in 3. Morocco in 3. I'm feeling upset.
Splitting here. Where are you going to go, Alex?
I bet Morocco on 3 after a penalty shootout.
Oh, we're going to get a penalty shootout to end the Mobile side of proceedings. Well, this is going to be great. Audience here, I hope you're going to enjoy this one. Everyone at home watching as well, enjoy this. This is going to be one for the history books. The FIFAe World Cup Grand Finals featuring e-mobiles. We have Malaysia taking on Morocco in the company of Harry Channon and Stuart Wesley.
The two nations in front of us have been on a collision course since they last met in the group stages. Here in Riyadh, we started with 16. We're down to the final 2. But who will have the last laugh here in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia? We are underway, folks. Morocco against Malaysia to be World Cup winners 2024, and the first strike at the finals goes the way of Malaysia, but wide.
Oh, thank you very much for throwing me in here, Harry. An early chance straight off the bat. And Malaysia's just trying to put their best foot forward. He just crept past the post, but they've had the ball for the first 6 minutes of the game. Morocco now are going to have their first opportunity of having possession of the ball.
If it's your first time watching eFootball Mobile, I don't think you could have joined us at a more opportune moment, because this is almost guaranteed to be fireworks. That's a mistake from Morocco, as Malaysia will threaten Morocco in the opening 10, not once but twice. And could be 3 times as FIFAe, the first goal! The first goal scored in the grand finals comes the way of Malaysia.
Yeah, Morocco said in the prelude that there was a little bit of luck the last time they played. There wasn't any luck about that. That is all deliberate from Mbappe. It's the through ball into the box, and we've seen those first time shots again and again be so critical to success here. They said beautiful finish to the opposite side. Bono had absolutely no chance into the corner, and Malaysia have themselves a vital 1-goal lead.
First blood goes to Malaysia. Keep an eye on those heart rates, folks. You see on the overlay at the bottom of your screen, those are live. Beats per minute from our finalists here on mobile. FIFAe has already scored once, and Malaysia, they want to do it again! It's the 1-2 punch! The dream start for Mbappe! 2-0.
It's a brilliant start. It is an electric start from Malaysia. We saw they took down Japan, they took down India to get here, and now they are 2 goals ahead already against Morocco. You can see Mbappe trying to urge himself to calm down, but his heart rate's giving the game away, Harry.
It's all over the shop. It was 160 to start, then down to 140 after his first goal, but that is shot right back up now. It's like a shot of adrenaline there on the stage. And this could not have started any better for Mbappe and the Malaysian contingent here in the desert. Tienez has only been handed 1 loss prior to this grand final, and it was to Malaysia back in the group stages. He's been flawless since.
He has been, but it is a different Malaysia that has come through to meet him here. Yes, they won 2-1 in the group stage, but now they've got the confidence of beating some heavy hitters along the way, and now the pressure is off. There's nothing left to lose for Malaysia. They can just throw everything at it.
And they're doing so here again. It's FIFAe in the box. So Stuart Wilkin! Oh, it's like a knife through butter! It shouldn't be this easy, but that's just how good Mbappe is in game 1.
Hot knife through butter, Harry. That is wonderful play from Malaysia. Looking for that extra pass. We'll see the replay again. And Tienez, I think it's just a little bit shocked by everything. We'll see it again here. It's looking for this extra pass. It's this one here. Instead of shooting with FIFAe as he did before, that seed of doubt is there. Extra ball goes to Wilkin. And Malaysia have an early third.
Not even 25 minutes have gone. And it's Malaysia 3, Morocco 0. But can they change that with this attack? The answer to that question is no. The answer to the question I'm interested in, Wes, is this going to be a third disappointing tournament for Tienez this year? We saw him back in February in Barcelona lose in the finals on penalties there. He qualified for the World Finals in Tokyo in July, didn't make it out of groups. Is it going to be third time the charm or the curse here for Morocco's Tienez?
It could potentially be, because Malaysia are building once again. It's Fikri in on the goal, pulls that one wide, but it's all Malaysia at this point in time.
It is. We see it here with the replay. They're just able to connect with almost every single pass we saw last night here in the arena. Malaysia and Mbappe playing out such a scrappy best of three against India. Lots of blocked passing lanes, lots of interceptions, blocks. It was gritty stuff. You wouldn't believe it, seeing Mbappe play here. Morocco, what can you show us here? It'll be a corner to come as half-time is on the horizon.
Well, as you mentioned, if this is your first time watching eFootball Mobile, you'll notice top left-hand corner, the time ticks down incredibly quickly as Rabi delivers a ball into the box. They will need a response early.
Oh, and again, but too close to the goalkeeper there. Mbappe said beforehand he was excited to get the final underway because of the scale of the occasion. So far, so good. He's risen to said occasion. He's beaten his man there. Where's the burst of pace? Is there a 1-2?
There will be 3 minutes
perhaps.
added time.
3 minutes added on here at the end of the first half. This is a best of three. And of course, it's only the first half, which now is in the books. Malaysia 3, Morocco 0.
What a start for Malaysia. They have came right out of the blocks. We did mention all the way through the last 3 days of competition that this slight change in stage may just have a little bit of an effect, because you're no longer in your own pod, you're no longer, you know, penned into your own little bit of this arena. Instead, you are surrounded by fans, you've got players, and everybody is cheering along for one team or the other, and it's something you're going to have to handle.
As we're underway in half number 2 between Malaysia and Morocco, going for goal. That will be nice and easy for the goalkeeper there. Speaking about disappointment earlier on in the year for Tienez of Morocco, Mbappe recently at a tournament just 2 weeks ago, I believe you were telling me, Wes, also had his own disappointment, losing in a grueling fashion in a best of 5 in game 5 to Thailand, I believe.
Yeah, that's correct. And this is Mbappe's only his second international tournament representing Malaysia. So wow, you can see he's playing with freedom
and confidence to go with that freedom. Does well to win himself a corner there, the goalkeeper. Forced into action.
Yeah, you can just see the pressure just ramping up here for Malaysia. They understanding that the occasion is simple. Yes, you have a 3-goal lead, but you can't go into your shell and allow this Morocco attack to basically come at you. Instead, they are keeping Morocco penned back, and Tienez is just trying to find a way to just stop the rot a little bit here.
Morocco, number 19, number 11. Number 10.
Here's the resulting corner. Matthew Davies waiting. Oh, that's a nice dummy, but Amrabat intervenes.
For this match was
1 hour gone. And Tienez hasn't really had a look at goal. This could change if he can muscle his way through, doing everything he can to get that ball towards the Malaysian goal. Mbappe's heart rate has come down a little bit, and I think Tienez will try and raise that as best he can, but so difficult to win these engagements on mobile when there is so much at stake. Here come Morocco, though. Good period for them, as El Kaabi is sadly denied. And now Malaysia, can they win this little tussle, this jockeying battle towards the Moroccan goal. They want 4. Trying to beat the first man to try and get a cross in, make his way to the line. Who knows, but he's dwelled on it for a little bit too long there. And we're getting into the territory where we need to see goals quickly from TNS of Morocco if this improbable comeback is going to happen here in game 1.
Yeah, and the passing lanes just keep getting cut out by Malaysia every time. TNS looks like he's got a ball forward. He's just meeting a Malaysian defender, and he just can't get into that natural rhythm. It's almost as though Malaysia have just become almost automatic. They're not playing with that adrenaline. Instead, they have this eerie calmness despite the heart rate you see at the bottom of your screen.
3 goals in the opening 25 minutes for Malaysia. Sets them in really good stead, and Fikri, he can choose how he finishes this one. So much time! Oh! It is not a 4th.
He had so much time there, did Mbappe. Again, it's a brilliant save by the goalkeeper. That really would have been the exclamation point on game 1 in this best of 3.
Well, we're slowly but surely heading towards Morocco's only 2nd loss of the entire tournament. And sadly for them, it will be a 2nd handed to them by the same nation. Malaysia win game 1, and in the best of 3 they sit on 2 championship points against Morocco.
What a shock to start us off here in the final of the FIFAe World Cup on the mobile platform. Is that I think the guys even said on the desk that this game's going to go 3 games. It's going to have to go to 3 games now if TNS wants a shot at being the FIFAe World Cup champion.
It just could not have started any better for Malaysia. Could it, Wes? I mean, 25 minutes gone and you find yourself 3 goals to the good. Pretty unheard of at this level, especially in a grand final. What do you think the Moroccan committee, the coaching staff behind TNS, is saying to him right now?
I think they've got to get around their man and basically say, look, you got here through beating quite a few nations on your path. You are one of the best mobile players in the world, and just try and pump that confidence up within TNS. But for Mbappe, is it more of the same? Do you just stay with the same tactic, Harry? What do you do if you were in this scenario?
You don't want to know that.
But it's a valuable question for Mbappe. Does he change it and try and play a bit more cagey, or does he just go out with the same attacking prowess? Because we certainly saw it at will during that game.
We did indeed. It's been a long year of eFootball competitions. And it's come down to this. This is the journey. The last tournament of 2024. The last chance to cement your legacy, to pin your name on this year and into the history books. Malaysia have one hand on that glorious trophy. In the middle of that stage, TNS and Morocco, they have to rise to the occasion now. The Atlas Lions have fans here in Riyadh, around the world, passionate fans, as do Malaysia, and they want nothing more than to see a game number 3. And I won't lie, no disrespect to Malaysia here, I would love to see a game 3.
So would I, because these two on paper at the very least are so closely and evenly matched. And as TNS said in his prelude, he felt as though that Malaysia were a bit lucky in that group stage game and that there was a one-on-one that he didn't manage to convert. Here though, it is a totally different scenario. You are now very much backs against the wall
and very much a case of you've got to win to stay in the race in this competition.
Just thinking back to the routes that these two nations had coming out of Group B in the knockout stages. It was easy for Morocco. There was no adversity really. Quarterfinals, beat the Korea Republic 2-0, kept clean sheets in both games. Semi-finals, up against the previously undefeated Thailand. Won the best of 3, 2 games to 0. This is the first time in a long time Tienez finds himself under a bit of scrutiny here. And it's a different stage, as you rightly pointed out, Wes. Here in the grand final, you are up there, not quite on an island. You've got your coaching staff behind you, but there are a lot. In fact, all eyes on this match.
Yeah, it kind of feels a little bit kind of like the Colosseum. It feels like you've got two warriors sat in the middle and there is an audience waiting to find out who will become the victor. But as you quite rightly said, Tienez under now a fair bit of pressure, to say the very least, and more so, he's got to get off in this game as quickly as Malaysia did against him in game 1.
Headset about to go on, it looks like. You can see the Malaysian contingent so confident, relaxed, smiling. They have been this entire week.
Feels like the smiling assassins, like they're just here, just say, hey, actually, we're having fun. We're okay. We're going to be fine. If we just keep our spirits up and keep our energy up, then everything else takes care of itself. Meanwhile, Morocco are just in that little bit of almost, let's say, panic mode right now, because they know that it's a very short space of time, and if Tienez doesn't come out of this game with a victory, whether it comes via the way of 90 minutes extra time or penalty kicks, it's over.
Well, here in the Grand Colosseum, it's a showdown between the Atlas Lions and the Malayan Tigers for the right to hoist that beautiful piece of silverware come the end of this grand final. It is Malaysia on championship point, on World Cup point, kicking us off in the all-black strip. Morocco, you need a response here for Tienez, for Morocco, for Africa. I think the order of the day for Morocco will be, okay, let's try not to go 3-0 down in the opening 25 minutes. That might make the job a little easier here in game 2. Heart rate seems a little increased from Tienez in comparison to game number 1. "15 minutes gone, and it's nervy. It's nervy here in the desert, in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, for the grand finals."
Yeah, the nerves are starting to ramp up. The crowd are starting to make a little bit of noise as well here. Certainly chance of Malaysia being heard in the arena.
And here they come on the charge. Fikri will be the man they try and get on the ball. But look at this. Tienez. A goal here would do wonders for his confidence here on the stage. And oh, it's gone all the way through. There are 4 red shirts here. Double touch into that stunning strike. Purple power bar. But it dribbles all the way through into the Malaysian goalkeeper's hands. Much closer here in game 2 in the opening half an hour. And that's a offside from Mbappe.
And we've certainly got a moment to catch our breath here with that offside call. But that chance or half chance for TNS with that double touch into the stunning strike. We've seen him do it before in the group stages and in the knockouts. It's a real go-to move for him if he can get the opportunity.
Oh, that's a really good ball now into the box, but trying to find his teammate instead of maybe going for it alone. Means now the ball will come the other way. Mbappe would make history for Malaysia. Would make history in the FIFAe World Cup as the first eFootball mobile winner. They lead the best of 3, 1-0 at this moment in time. But game 2, in the first half at the very least, TNS has made some good adjustments. Wilkins won that ball back. Here he is on the ball, near side. Just going backwards there to try and get the last attack of the half, but in the end, Morocco 0, Malaysia 0 in half number 1. And interestingly enough, Wes, the free-scoring Malaysia in game 1 held to 0 shots in half 1 of game 2.
Or whatever TNS and the Moroccan team behind him changed between game 1 and 2 has been fantastic for them in this first half. They kept everybody at bay.
Well, second half underway in Malaysia. They must have heard us. Because the Tigers are hungry for a championship, for a trophy. Stuart Wilkin, lovely ball. Fikri's made the run. Oh, he's maintained possession here as well. Finds a teammate! And scores! Malaysia! They're hungry for the trophy. Now they have one hand on it.
They've reached out and grabbed it, but they've not taken it under control just yet. But it was fantastic composure from Mbappe. We'll watch it back again. He has plenty of opportunities to take a shot as he runs in. We'll see it again here with Fikri. Just manages to do a little bit of a dribble, takes it round a defender and waits for help. And he finds a teammate in the box who tucks it away. We'll just see it again there. He had 2 or 3 opportunities, slides it across, and it's as cool and as easy as you like for Malaysia. They're on the cusp of one of the biggest achievements in Malaysian esports.
And the crowd here in Riyadh loved that one as well. The vibes on the Malaysian side of the stage definitely helping to hold up Mbappe, who, truth be told, never really came under any kind of adversity, was unbeaten in this competition up until that semi-final I spoke about against India. Winning game 3 in that particular round, the previous round to this one, secured Mbappe and Malaysia their spot here. For TNS, we need to see a reply.
Number 23.
The first half was good for them, Wes, but so far in the second, it's been one-way traffic. Ball to deal with here as well. And Morocco and TNS must know it's go time. It's now or never.
Very much is now or never. It has to go now. It is win to stay in.
You think back to since this tournament was even announced, the selection process, the qualifying process, the group stages, the knockout rounds. It comes down to this! And I think it's Malaysia's time! Malaysia 2, Morocco 0 in our grand final in game 2.
Could that be the goal that seals it, Harry? Again, it's just doing the things that aren't quite predictable, because Fikri has been a lightning rod for Malaysia throughout this tournament. Instead of taking the shot with him, it's a cheeky little back heel, finds a teammate at the back post and swept home. And the heart rate spikes because I think Mbappe knows just how close he is.
Well, credit to our desk. They said, they analysed that Malaysia, I mean, Cole said it, they will come at Morocco. They will do all they can to shell shock them. Punches in bunches as Malaysia score their 5th goal without reply here in the grand final. And remember, they are on World Cup points here in game 2.
That shot there from our production team was the duality of football fans. One side is full of smiles and full of happiness. From Malaysia's side, Moroccan fans are absolutely stunned right now.
There is that silverware. Right now, about 25 in-game minutes separates Malaysia from taking that trophy all the way back to Kuala Lumpur. 5,500 miles away, and it could be 3-0 here again if Morocco aren't careful. They're living so dangerously here, but they have to commit the bodies forward. It's just not working for them, though. Malaysia's game plan working to a T, and Mbappe still chasing goals, still threatening. Ben Seguir, that timer ticking down agonisingly fast for TNS. One of the pre-tournament favourites. Certainly was my pick to go one further than he has this year. Is there anything left in the tank? Ben Seguir from downtown, blocked and cleared up the field by Malaysia. You can see in the camera the Malaysian flag held aloft. They know 5 minutes separate them now from that trophy. And the Olays ring around Riyadh. It's not working for TNS. Nothing is going his way. 90th minute now. And I do believe if they can survive these 3 minutes of added time, the Malayan Tigers will make history here on our stage in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. It is champions Malaysia! They took the long walk down the tunnel. Mbappe made the journey alone, but on the stage he was never alone. He had the nation of Malaysia behind him. And he is, and they are, our champions.
What an achievement it is for Malaysia. They came, they saw, and they absolutely conquered. And the jubilant scenes on our stage show you just what it means to them as a nation. Of course, commiserations to our runner-up Morocco. They've been phenomenal, but right now, it is all about Malaysia.
Well, TNS, Morocco, unbelievable tournament from them. The only African nation made it all the way to the grand final, and they played some amazing eFootball mobile. His time will come, but this time belongs to one man and one nation. It's Mbappe and Malaysia.
It's not bad for only your second international tournament representing Malaysia, and you have come out of it as a champion. What a brilliant performance in the final, and what a fantastic show of sportsmanship from our two finalists.
I don't have enough words to describe our two grand finalists here. Maybe Veracity can shed some more light onto how brilliant our champions were, Malaysia.
Wow, 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 wow. What a grand finals that was. But you know what? I think it's time we celebrate each and every single one of our fantastic players here with our medal ceremony. Awarded by His Royal Highness Prince Faisal bin Bandar bin Sultan Al Saud, the President of the Saudi Esports Federation, joined alongside Christian Falk, the Director of Esports and Gaming at FIFA. And now, please put your hands together for your silver medalists, Team Morocco. Tienes, Merjataji, you boys have competed your hearts out on the pitch, and that is an achievement worth celebrating and honoring with these medals. And your gold medalists, please, a round of applause for Malaysia! Mbappe and Chibi, you gave us the performance of a lifetime. History has been made, and I'm sure emotions are sky high right now. But I want to thank His Royal Highness and Christian for joining us up here on the stage. Thank you very much for joining us on this momentous occasion. I'm going to come and join alongside the two of you. I believe the wonderful Milos had some questions for you.
I actually do. It just works. Come on in. Why not? We're all celebrating here today for Malaysia's victory, but my question has to go to our dear friend here, Mbappe. First of all, congratulations, champ. How does it feel to be the FIFAe World Cup champion?
Pertama sekali, Alhamdulillah, bersyukur pada Allah dapat angkat Piala Dunia untuk Malaysia. Dan terima kasih kepada semua yang menyokong, terutamanya keluarga, especially keluarga saya. Banyak tolong saya, banyak bagi sokongan dan rakan-rakan seperjuangan saya.
Anything you'd like to say to all the fans that are supporting you in Malaysia?
Terima kasih kepada yang mendoakan kejayaan saya, dan saya tak mampu balas jasa baik korang doa terhadap saya. Saya hanya mampu balas dengan Piala Dunia untuk Malaysia.
The fans are out in full force. I know you have your gorgeous medal, so I won't keep you any longer. Your prize awaits you. Everybody, put your hands together for your FIFA E-World Cup champion, Team Malaysia!
Absolutely stunning scenes down there for Team Malaysia. What a moment for them. One they are not going to be forgetting in a while. Not from an individual perspective or a team perspective or a national perspective. This is going to mean the world as they all just take a moment to enjoy that trophy.
I mean, you said that national football associations are watching. We've had pro players watching. All of Malaysia is watching this one. It means so much. Mobile gaming as big as anything over there. And this guy, Chris, he's certainly the best of many of them.
And what an absolutely stunning performance in that grand final. He was switched on from the word go. A thoroughly, thoroughly deserved winner. Commiserations, of course, to Morocco, but my word, how good did he look during that grand final? Unstoppable.
He was unflappable as well. It's like, it didn't faze him at all that all these people were here. It didn't faze him, it was the grand finals. He wasn't exhausted after that marathon against India yesterday. And he's well and truly earned that, Rachel.
Yeah, across those two matches that he got to play, we didn't even get to see a third. 5-0 in the end across the two, 3-0 in the first, and then 2-0 in that second matchup as well. The most dominant display we have seen from that young man, Mbappe, across these 4 days, and this is exactly how he did it, boys.
I mean, you just don't want it to start that way. First 10 minutes, mobile games do not last long, and to concede so early, 2 back-to-back within 6 minutes. And that set the tone from the get-go. It was just domination. First half was ridiculous. Within 22 minutes, you're 3-0 down in the first leg of grand final. You knew from that point how hard it would have been for Morocco to bring it back, not just in that game, but in the second. Definitely seemed more composed, but it was always going to be going one direction after that first game.
I mean, one thing Mbappe did so well was just take the energy out of the room. The fans, for the most part, would have been behind Morocco, and Mbappe wasn't fazed by that at all. 3 goals in those 22 minutes. I mean, in hindsight, you look back at that moment, the third goal rolls in, and you think, this one's already done. And it is rare in gaming, in sports, in anything, to be able to say that after a first game, but it definitely had the energy about it.
We talk about how much of a threat it is when you score just from kickoff, and that was, I guess, one of the defining moments again from today. You know, TNS, it's hard to counter from there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really difficult, especially again with how short the games are. When you go 3-0 down after 22 in-game minutes, you are in a serious amount of trouble. And from that point, you have to then start going forward. You know how good Malaysia are on the counter. Every single chance they had, it looked like he was going to score. So you had to be conservative to a certain degree, but still had to then try and score 3 goals. Much better performance in the second game, absolutely, but as mentioned, after those 3 rattle in after 22 minutes, you know it's going one direction.
I just love watching the scenes down here as well. Mbappe there just had his head in his hands. This is the moment when you're not really sure what's just happened. You're like, I've won, but it's not quite sunk in just yet.
And $20,000 to his name as well. Not a bad prize to take home, but he's remained composed as well. You see the emotion, actually, it mostly comes from his team behind him. They've always been loud. They've been loud the entire week, but in those moments, he's always calm it down, and just had a moment to himself there after he won it. To pray, I presume, but stunning performances, stunning composure all the way through.
I mean, well earned as well. I mean, you're dead on about the calm down. I think after he got his second goal late in game 2, the first thing he did was stand up and just recompose himself, and that is a sign of a champion. He never got swept away, never got carried away, never seemed to take his eye off the ball. Excuse the terrible pun, I promise I didn't mean it. And yeah, this is so much work in the making as well. I mean, it's not just playing the game, it's going through replay analysis, looking at your opponents. He came out, and both of his grand finals performances were infinitely better than his match in against the same player in the group stage, and that is just a sign of how much work he's been putting in behind the scenes.
Yeah, how are you able to do that? Just go through each day and get better across the 4 days?
I think it can be momentum behind you. You start winning, you start getting more comfortable in that environment, comfortable in your booth. You've got your guys around you, you're looking through everything you've been doing right, which was, let's face it, a lot from the Malaysian side. And just adapting to that presence of where you are. As mentioned, it's only his second international tournament. And I want to say he wasn't necessarily as calm and cool as some others. I mean, we've seen Daniel was like at a 60 heart rate all the way through. We definitely see Mbappe's up in the high 150s, 160s throughout the majority, but it never seemed that way. It always was just calm gameplay, calm all the way through, and maybe just living that moment inside of him rather than on the outside.
And we spoke about Malaysia being a dominant force in eFootball. Well, you can't get more dominant now than what they've achieved here this kind of week, can you, Cole?
Yeah, not just the mobile. Getting to the quarterfinals in the console as well was a huge moment for them, and that's a form of the game where they are currently improving. Of course, mobile is really where they excel above the rest. I think we're going to see that flag waving in many future eFootball events for a long time to come.
Yeah, and we were talking about their characters as well and how cool they are, and that reflects in the heart rates too, which we've been seeing across these 4 days too, just when they peak and if they don't do anything at all. Some players have reached highs of 180. We haven't gone that quite as high this grand final, but it looks like about 170-ish there. But look at that moment.
I mean,
Cole,
to me,
at the end.
yeah, I mean, to me, it makes it even more impressive how cool he seems when you look at his heart rate. Yeah. You can't fake the biology, but you can fake the way you appear. You can stop your hand shaking. You can avoid eye contact or even stare straight at your opponent with the way we have this set up here. 160, you would never have known. He seemed like the calmest person in the room.
He did indeed, and Tiene is quite the opposite really, all the way through, just peaking a little bit when he possibly knew that game was over there in that second match, and the goals kept going in. Well, we do have our world champion, of course, but we still want to announce our Axe player of the tournament. For everybody watching at home who has been voting, thank you very much. Please do vote one final time. Here are your nominees for this accolade as well, and quite the 4 players here. We've seen them competing throughout the 4 days, and I think you'll all agree these are 4 deserving nominations, Chris.
Still voting for Daniel personally, but here we are. Now, like we were just speaking actually in terms of the semi-final, it would have been really cool to see that kind of a matchup in that moment. It was super close between everybody, but realistically speaking, just 4 fantastic players that we got to see there over the course of the semi-finals who all would deserve the accolade, but I think there is one man who just tips that.
Tienes, though we haven't really mentioned him, and Morocco, obviously a massive result just to get to these grand finals in themselves. What do you think Tienes was lacking today?
Composure, maybe. He wasn't playing as well as he has been before. I think, Chris, if you go 3-0 down in 20 minutes, anybody can wilt under the lights.
And you even seen it as attacking play as well, though it definitely felt like it wasn't quite stringing together. So he'll be really disappointed because I think he probably didn't bring his A game, and that's what you want to do, but it can't always be the case. The biggest games, sometimes you don't bring your A game. As an English football fan, we've felt that over the last few years at least. Yes, I know that's painful. But you do often see it. It can happen to players. It's just not their time. It was absolutely the time for Malaysia, though.
And he thought it was, because he said, didn't he, in the pre-game kind of chat that we had, he said, I was unlucky when we had the groups and I lost. You know, I'm not going to be as unlucky today. I mean, it's pretty convincing from Malaysia now.
You can't blame luck. Yeah, you can't blame luck on that one. If you lose 5-0 after 2 games, you just got to put your hands up and say, okay, fair enough. Mbappe was better on the day. But as you say, there's a lot more to come from TNS. I'm sure we'll see him and Morocco again. And it, as I say, it's the start of their mobile journey.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, for one final time as well, from the mobile side of things, we are going to calculate how many goals we have seen today. Well, I already know how many goals are going to be, so I'm not sure how much that translates to this, the Hyundai Ioniq. Well, let's find out. I'm predicting there's going to be 5 goals, guys. Are we agreeing with that?
My calculations say you are correct. 3 plus 2 is still 5. Yeah, we're correct there. I mean, is each one more than 1% though, aren't they?
Oh, it's totaling them still, is it?
I don't know.
Well, I thought it was going to be 5, so it's
oh, you thought it was to be 5%? Go bing and be 5
goals. Well, it's 224 goals, so maybe I don't know what I'm calculating today. 11 times fully charged. It's got to be across the entire mobile tournament, right? Almost 5,500 kilometers traveled. I've loved talking about this. It's just a great activation we have been blessed with here at the FIFAe World Cup, and that car is a beauty too. Well, we have announced our first grand finalist and our first winner as well, and it's been quite the journey for not just us but all the players here who have taken part. We've had 16 nations on the mobile side of things, and we've actually lost one of our members of talent from up here, Alex, because he's gone backstage behind the scenes for us.
Hello, finally, we got a champion, a world champion here in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. It's Mbappe, the man from Malaysia, who stopped it all the way and not left any chance to his opponent in the grand final. Anas Musa e Intentienes, that sadly it come to an end with a second position. What a match, what a final, what a domination that we have seen in this final in mobile. And it is like it is. The glory, it goes to Malaysia. Mbappe on the glory as a world champion across the world.
He is a world champion. No one's ever taking that away from him. What a moment for Malaysia and Mbappe. What are you going to do now if you're Mbappe? Do you go and continue practicing today? You have a day off? What do you do when you're world champion?
Surely we've got the console grand finals coming up in an hour or so. That's what you do. You sit back, you relax, you hold your trophy. No one can take it away from you. Super glue it to your hands if you have to, and just watch the rest of the fireworks unfurl.
Just sleep tonight. Can you sleep after that?
Oh, I'm not too sure if I'll be sleeping after that one. That will be a long party into the night, you want to say, for all those guys out there. They'll be very, very excited with that win.
I'm going to be going online as well and trying to see what the Malaysian national team has to say about that as well. I'm sure there are going to be headlines in the newspapers tomorrow for Malaysian esports and Mbappe. Well, Cole, Chris, thank you very much for joining me up here on the desk for this grand final. But we're not done just yet, are we? We may have a mobile winner here in the form of Malaysia and Mbappe, but we still have to crown our champion here at the FIFAe World Cup on the console side of things. And we get to do that in a few hours' time. So come back and join us for that. Bye-bye for now.
for the rush. Levels up, not many like us. Cool with it, leaving ops in the dust. See me on the grind, on the rise coming up. Pushing through, blood rushing through my veins. Repetition separated me from the lanes. Now I'm here, speeding down my own lane. Destination on top of the game.
Go, go.